You know, SpongeBob describing his sandcastle at the end of the last episode by saying that Fort Pattytown, the third of a Bake Sale every Monday, reminded me of one time in middle school where we had a math project where we had to make a business and like do the math about running a business. Obviously, very watered down for middle schoolers, but it was this concept of creating a business and running it. And me and the group I was in created a business where we sold toilet seat heaters. No comments. And we did pretty good on our business. We did all the math correctly, we got everything right, but the reason we did not do the best project in the class, and because what happened was, we had other grades come in and go around, and we would present our business to the other classes that came in. And we would have to present our business and, sell it to them. And the only reason my group didn't win was because two girls in our class had a baking business, and they brought in actual food and gave it to everyone who showed up. So, word of advice to anybody, if you ever want to win over somebody's heart, just get them food. What's going on, everybody? My name is Nedia16. Welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Spongebob Squarepants. Powder for Bikini Bottom. I need to take a deep breath right there because I talked for a very long time. In the last episode, we entered Goo Lagoon, the third world of the first area of Bikini Bottom. I made that mistake last episode. And in this episode, we're going to come through here, the sandcastle that won the sandcastle contest by being freaking enormous. And we're going to scale to the top and get the golden spatula that seems to be up there and see what else you can find. My throat's getting very tired and I'm stuttering a lot, so we're just going to have to go through it because I plan on recording 2 more episodes tonight. So let's not waste any more time. I could tell a lot of stories about that middle school math project, actually. I think it was 7th grade year, we had to invent something and, get the financing for it and whatnot with basically Shark Tank. And I basically invented Amazon Alexa before Amazon Alexa, because I invented a button where it could ask it any question and answer it for you. Oh well. My brain was just too big for the kids at the time. So we're going through this sandcastle that has wooden supporting functional plumbing and is sturdy enough to where water going through it is not dangerous to it. So I have to ask, who in the world built this? And whoever did build this, why in the world are you not building, architecture? Because you obviously have whoever this is obviously has the talent required in order to build earthquake-resistant buildings and tornado-resistant buildings. But no, they're here building sandcastles. Excuse me. Don't you guys hate it whenever you go to the beach and a giant cannon shooting beach balls at you? Wow, this cannon has, stupid good aim. It's never supposed to have this good aim. You can look down there and see a golden spatula. We actually could drop down and get that, but I'll do it the legit way. Can definitely come up here, though. Is that my first legitimate death from enemies that I've had? I think it is, because I think the only other times I've died so far have been from goo. That is embarrassing. Wow. I was just seen that coming. You might notice a freezy fruit down there. We'll get that later when we come back through here as Patrick. By later, I mean not really that later, because we're gonna... Sorry, that was a yawning. That was me yawning. We'll come back through here later as Patrick, and by later, I mean not really that later, because basically as soon as we get this spatula, we're gonna go down and go back through as Patrick. Insert a Taylor Swift reference here. Cool. Alright. Had to make sure to kill that hammer for killing us last time. Had to get our revenge. Coming up here, these towels are bouncy apparently. Don't ask me how this works. But come up here, and you get a sock. It's a super ultra mega monster combo, the highest combo you can get in this game. Went back out and switched to Patrick because we're gonna need him real quick. So we're gonna go ahead and go through this as normal. With the water, except I don't think the water will rise now. Well, this is a shame.
So, what are you supposed to be? I'm a starfish. I'm a figment of Spongebob's imagination. Oh, that makes sense.
Actually didn't know that line was there, that's pretty funny. I'm an idiot. The water only rises if you hit the button. And that's why the water rises to begin with, because you have to hit the button to unlock the gate when you come through here with SpongeBob. I'm also an idiot because I just drowned for no reason. Don't do anything tricky. Just play the game how it's supposed to be played, and we will be fine. Kill you! Grab the freezy fruit. Do that. Freeze the water. I should have waited longer for the water to rise because now I can't get up there. Oh, yeah, yes I can. Get the sock. Oh my god. How that fire is going through the water, or the ice, I guess. I will never know. Actually, we have enough shiny objects now. Let's go ahead and do the spatula that we saw behind the castle. Wow, that was some bad poppin'. I've never seen that before. Let's come back over here where we were earlier. Wow. Let's do the same thing we did earlier and jump back up here. Now we can pay the clam, and we can actually access the spatula that we were supposed to get earlier. Microphone? Okay, that was weird. My microphone glitched out right there for a second. I could see it on my well, not necessarily the waveform, but I could see it on the audio mixer on my recording software. So you hit this button. Now we have a bit of a platforming challenge across. Somehow, by the push of a button, makes these rafts and trampolines pop out. Don't ask me how. I don't know. Oh god. You come back here and you get yourself a spatula. That's the spatula we saw on the back of the castle. Now we can finally move on. Oh my god. It's about time. If you want a really good place to grind for shiny objects... What? that right there will get you a bunch, and then if you were to just repeatedly die, the one at the top also respawns every single time. We've been fighting with the stupid sandcastle for like 10 minutes. Let's go into the Goo Lagoon Sea Cave. It's a pretty remote area, actually.
Hello, Gary. What's new? You don't say. Squidward bought a new sweater. Oh, he's so crazy. And there's a golden spatula at the end of this cave. Wow!
Gary, how you got in here? That's beyond me. Alright, so now we're in the Goo Lagoon Sea Caves. This area is extremely linear. There's only one way to go. You'll see it. We're just going to go through and have a good time. This area is... I just need to shut up, okay? I just need to never speak again. One thing I really like about this area is, as you saw just right there, is the cave art that you can see here. As you saw back there was Patgar from the Ugg? I think it's called Ugg. As much as I watched Spongebob growing up, you think I know that. Some pretty standard platforming stuff in here, nothing too terrible. As you can see, there is a sock up there we don't have access to quite yet. We'll get to it later. Oh, of course, this area is basically playing a game of the floor is lava, because anything you touch, you're just gonna get hurt by. So, a minute ago I said we are fighting with the sandcastle, and that makes you think of like fighting a castle. But that just makes you think of the Sandcastles in a Sand episode of Spongebob. It's a pretty good episode. If you've never watched it, you should definitely check it out. It also makes me think of this game I used to have on my 3DS, on my DS as a kid. And when I say as a kid, I mean like, this was years ago. This is so long ago. The first game console I ever owned, it's Spongegar and Patar. I need to get that right. It's Spongegar and Patar is what it is. The first video game console I have any memory of playing was the PlayStation 2 my family had growing up. Because my family always had a PlayStation 2. So I have my first real gaming memory was the PlayStation 2. It was both... It was like this, because I used to play this on the PlayStation 2, that's where I fell in love with this game. It was basically this, and Looney Tunes Space Race were basically the games I used to play. And the Shrek 2 game, which that game's unironically really good if you've never played it. But I used to play that, and my sisters both had Game Boy Advances, original model Game Boy Advances growing up. I used to play that as well. I never really knew what I was doing, but there was a SpongeBob game on the Game Boy Advance I used to play. I really liked SpongeBob growing up. And there was also a Namco Museum game. And I used to play Pole Position because I thought the bad text-to-speech in the beginning was funny. So I used to play even though I had no idea what I was doing. Yeah, I was that young, I had no idea what I was doing in Pole Position. I also have no idea what I'm doing here, apparently, because I keep dying. We're trying to get over there because there's a sock at the end of that stretch over there. But the first console I ever owned, or the first real video game I ever owned myself, was a DS. My parents got me a DS for my birthday when I was, I think, 6 or 7. And I remember a game I used to have for it was, I think it was a Fossil Fighters game. If it wasn't Fossil Fighters, then I don't know what it was, but it was a game where there were dinosaurs, and you battled by drawing in shapes. There we go. You battled by filling in shapes of lines with the stylus. And I remember I played that game enough, and a super boss in that game, is literally just a school, just a building, which is pretty funny, I think. So we finally were able to grab that sock. I had a lot of games for the DS. I had a Bakugan game, even though I had no idea how to play Bakugan or really what Bakugan was. I had a... Whoa. The first game I ever owned was an edutainment game that when I got older I speedran one time because it was funny. I had 2 different Spongebob games for my DS. Nintendogs, obviously. I had a game where I didn't get pelted by spiked balls constantly. I like that. I had what else did I have? I played Cooking Mom. That was my sister's. Oh my lord! This is getting annoying, honestly. So I'm trying to think of what other games I had. I had some like... Oh, I had a skateboarding game that was cool that I lost. That made me very upset. I had all kinds of stuff. I had a lot of fun. Actually, while I'm here reminiscing on good childhood memories, I can talk about the fact that Goo Lagoon is one of my favorite areas in this game. Because it brings back a lot of really good childhood memories of going to the beach. I am from the Midwest, Ohio, to be specific. And I'm specifically from a part of Ohio. There's soccer over there too, which we could technically get, but I'll wait on it. I'm from a part of Ohio where we live really, really far away from anything. The biggest city near us is over an hour away. And there is actually a beach in Ohio. It's up by Lake Erie, but that's 3+ hours away. So I never really got the chance to go to a lot of beaches, except for every year in July, my family owns a timeshare in Daytona. So every year in July, my family would go down to the beach in Daytona, and that... You know, Goo Lagoon and just the sights of seeing the ocean and getting in the ocean, boogie boarding with my sisters, building sandcastles, all that. Just this area just brings back a lot of really... It brings back a lot of memories of where I throw ice cubes into the ocean to get stuck on rocks, yes. This area brings back a lot of really good memories of going to the beach. It's the good thing that recently, in the last few years, we have still been going to the beach, so it's one of the memories that... It's one of the traditions in my family that is still around, despite everything that's changed in our family, and I really like that. Even though I don't really care for the beach on its own that much anymore, and I prefer to do all the stuff around the beach, like in Daytona and Myrtle, because I like Myrtle Beach a lot too, and Clearwater is also very nice. While I prefer to do all the stuff really around the beach and not necessarily on the beach itself, I still really enjoy going to the beach because it gets me out of Ohio. We've had a very long episode, my voice is very tired, and I'm only going to record one more episode tonight, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here. We got through the entirety of the Sand Castle, for better or for worse, and the entirety of the Goo Lagoon Cave, and reminisced on some good times, and had a lot of fun. Next time, let's play Spongebob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom. We head to the Goo Lagoon Pier, one of my favorite areas in this game. If you like this part, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more content. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys then. Peace out. Okay. We're doing this a different way. I went back and switched to Spongebob because I'm going to do this the other way. What's supposed to happen is the water is supposed to rise, but for some reason, since it didn't, we're going to do this the other way. So basically, this is kind of tricky to do, but you can essentially jump as you're falling down. So what we want to do is we want to get right to the edge of the trampoline here. And then we want to go down, and then jump back up. Alright, too early. It's kind of hard to see where you're at, too. Oh, I almost had it, dude.